Hey everyone, Shaper 1000 here. Today we got this box in the mail. We're going to open this up. We're going to check it out. I don't think we're going to get to see this run today. Well, not in this video. Might mess around with it today, and I'll tell you why here in just a minute. So stick around, guys. Let's hit an intro, and we'll open this up and check it out together. Okay guys, I'm out back in the gazebo because, you know, Monkey's got the grandbaby in there watching the children's cartoons and stuff. So let's go ahead and open this up. This is an eBay purchase, a very cheap one, and I'll show you why here in just a second, and why this video will not be a running video. It's just the unboxing. Okay. Whoa. I got this, I think it was like, I don't know. I can't remember if I bid on it or if I made an offer. I think I made an offer and they accepted. It's like, I don't know, 25 bucks or something. I don't have my phone out here, I would check. All packaged. Came from North Dakota, I think it was. This is, and check it out, Monkey, pink bubble wrap. Alright, so check it out. This is pretty cool. This is a Robert Fulton steam engine from the 40s. Let me see if I can lighten you guys up a little bit. And it's not seized up. It's got the original whistle in it, which it's missing the little arm for it. It does have the original pop-off valve and the original stack. Of course, that stack doesn't do anything. It's for looks, like most of them are. But now, the reason why I said, you guys hear that? There's a bunch of rust in here. Now, these were, the tanks are made out of steel. They're not brass. So, you know, people put them away wet and they rust. And I seen the pictures. It does have a rust hole right there, which is the same because it's right over top of that cool logo. So I do see some holes in it. Now I'm going to try to solder it up first. I don't know if I'll be able to, and if I can't, I may have to make a whole boiler for it. But all the way around here is a bunch of holes right there, right there. But I seen them in the pictures. I knew what I was getting into, but you can actually hear that rust in there. But I think what we'll do is I'll run my wire wheel around here and see if we can't get some solder to stick on here. I know this old metal sometimes is hard for solder to stick to, but I think what we'll try to do is try to solder it up, maybe put a patch on there and see if we can get it to run. They did have burners that went inside of here, but can of Sterno, I guess, fits perfect in there. So this is it. Here, let's put this on here. So it is complete other than the burner, but I don't care about the burner that much. So what we're going to, you know what, let's go ahead. I'm going to grab a wrench and let's take this this pop-off valve out of here, and we'll see if we can get this rust to come out, and then maybe shine a light down in there and just see where all the holes are, and then try to solder it up. Like I said, if solder don't work, I'll get some JB Weld. We'll put some JB Weld around it, and if that holds fairly decent, you know, I'm not going to worry about building a boiler for it. So, but let me go get a wrench. We'll take this out. Now you're overexposed. Well, we are outside. I'll move over here where it's in the sun better. But we'll take this out and dump some of this rust out. See what we're looking at here. But I knew exactly how I knew about this thing. I knew what was wrong with it. But I thought for, what was it, 20 or 25 bucks? I can't remember. It was under 30. And when these things, I've seen them running on YouTube. When they seem to run pretty nice. It's actually not as bad as I thought, believe it or not. Let me, I don't know, you guys want to, let me go get some stuff. Okay guys, let's see if I brought the right wrench, and I did. It's 1/2 inch, and that wasn't too tight. That's good. As you can see, all the rust that's coming out of there. I may have to build a new boiler for it. But I think I can repair this one. Yeah, it's a problem. People don't drain the water out of these things. And they get like that. Like I said, it's not a brass boiler, it's steel, so yeah, it's gonna rust out. Brass will not rust, but you can get a lot of calcium in it from the water. So, but I am going to work on this. We may do it in the next video. I don't know. You guys want to do it in this video? See if maybe we can. I'll have to get a flashlight, shine down in here and see how the bottom looks. But that's the fun part about these things, especially when you get them this cheap. I may just put a patch on here. You know what, let's just go ahead and do it in this video. Pop-off valve is still functional. This don't have the handle for the whistle. That's okay. Let me get my new drill out here. Still got stuff coming out of it. There's no sense in putting water in it, look for leaks, because I know it's got leaks in it because I see the holes. Alright, let me try to get this rust out of here. And I'll go get my drill and some solder and a torch. Okay, so let's wire wheel some bad spots in here. See if I can find a thin piece of metal. Maybe we can patch it. Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely going to need a patch. Yeah, I'm going to need to patch the heck out of this thing. I'll probably end up making a new boiler for it. As you can see, it's all the way around there. I should be able to make a patch for that, but what I'm going to try to do first is I'll try to tin this, then I'll try to tin my patch. So I'll have to find a thin piece of metal that I can cut and patch that with. This one probably go clear around. And if that don't work, we'll get that JB weld, that steel stuff that you mix up. It's a putty and you put in there, it gets inside there. But let me see if I can tin this up first. Okay guys, so what I did was I went and got some of this JB Weld stuff here, the steel stick, which would have worked pretty good, but the bottom, it's got a bunch of holes in it too up inside there. That's not good. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this off here, and I'm going to cut it off about right here. I'm going to clean this up real good and see if I can get it tinned up with this. I bought some acid core solder, and I got a piece of metal around there I'm cutting out of an old can, and so I'm going to I'm just going to go ahead and fix this. I'll run it around here, and you know, I'll cut this out, the section out, and then I'll solder me in another new section once I get this all cleaned up. I'll probably take it in on my wire wheel. But so when I get this cut off of here, I gotta measure it first. Once I get this cut off, I'll bring you back and show you what I'm into. Okay guys, so this is what we're looking at. I used for the bottom, I used the bottom of this True Fuel can, and then for what I needed up around here to replace that section, it's just a soup can. To be more specific, it's a peat, what the hell is it? I don't know. Anyway, so I ran out of solder. Monkey ran up to get me some more. I was just up there an hour to go to buy this stuff. They're stupid. It's acid core. This will work. They send her back with this. Don't work, you know, they're going to hear about it. So I'm going to try to get this soldered in, and then if it don't leak, I'm going to use the JB weld around there as well. Clean this up real good and put some JB weld around there and probably around that bottom, and I think we'll be good. So let me go ahead and continue soldering on this. Okay guys, so like you saw, I had the base soldered on. I couldn't get this soldered on up here because, you know, the wrong solder. I got it to stick in a couple places to kind of hold it on, and I just went ahead and went around there with that JB weld putty. It's some pretty good stuff. I've used it on gas tanks and stuff like that. So I've also used it on radiators, which is, you know, high heat and 15 psi, so it should work on here, and I'm sure it's going to leak. But if we get any leaks, I got some more JB weld. We'll sand that off and we'll put around that. So right now I'm just letting some oil get down in the cylinder here. Oops. Then I'm going to put the crank in, put some oil on it, put the crank in, and we're going to let this stuff set up for about an hour. Okay guys, I do know it has a water leak right over there, but I'm going to send it. I got a fuel tablet in there, and I just want to see if that engine will run. If it'll run, I'll go ahead and build up that boiler the way it should be. But I've got water in it, I've got it oiled up, not much to oil. But we'll just see how bad it leaks. Hopefully it don't blow up, so let's let's see if it'll build up any pressure to see if it'll run. That should be all right. Okay guys, I hear something going on there, and I hear a leak. Yeah, it's leaking around here, but that's not mine. That's coming from up top and going down. But hopefully it will give it enough steam just so I can see that motor run. I think it'll run. I mean, it's pretty smooth, but we'll have to see. So hopefully, you know, it can build up enough pressure. This is pretty scary. Yeah, see? But yeah, if we can get it to run, I'll go ahead and I'll grind all that stuff back out of there and get the right solder. You need acid core solder when you're doing something like this. It might do it. If I put it up there, it's wanting to push it down. We'll see. Okay, I'm starting to hear it come out of the motor now, the engine. It's technically running. Let's give it another minute. We still have fire in there? Yeah, a very small one.
Alright, yeah, I think it'll run. Might be losing too much pressure. Or heat. Let me put another thing up in there. Alright, I put another one of those tablets in there. I'm going to call that running. It's totally running. It runs. And we'll let it build up a little bit more pressure. And let's see it run one more time. And then I'll know I can finish work on that boiler. It's running. Hang on, there's a helicopter above me. Okay. It runs. Awesome. This is like from the mid-40s or something like that. Speeding up. Okay guys, I'll be back with you in a minute. I'm gonna let that run. Might as well, right? I mean, it's relieving pressure, plus it's running, which is relieving pressure, so I don't think it's gonna blow up. But it is speeding up. Cool. Alright guys, I'll be back with you in a second. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes. Maybe 8. Still running. Cool. You know, I could probably put some regular JB weld around there. Might stop it. But, at least now I know I do have a good running engine here. And it won't blow up. Alright guys, just want to say thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Shea Bear, the Mr. Man Legend, I'm gone for now. Brighten it up for you a little bit. We'll see you guys in the next one. Cool. Alright guys, bye bye, take care of yourself.